So I'm here at Brentlodge Bird and Wildlife Trust. We're going to talk to the manager, Emma Pink, about what they do here to help the animals. So let's take a look inside.
Hi, I'm Emma Pink and I am the Animal Care Manager for Brentlodge.
Okay. So what does Brentlodge do?
We are a wildlife hospital that deal with the sick, injured and orphan wildlife. Our aim is to rehabilitate and release them back into the wild as soon as we can.
Okay, so how many animals do you have here at the minute?
We take between 2,500 and 3,000 a year. Currently we have probably about 150 to 200 on site at the minute, but it can vary throughout the year. We're just coming to a height of the season now, so we're just about to explode and come into our really busy time. And then we quieten down a little bit, have a bit of a lull before our next busy season. So.
Okay, so do you want to give us a little look around?
Of course, yeah. So this is the hospital ward. This is where we do most of our work. There are outside aviaries where the rehabilitation side of it is done. This is the hospital side, if you like, so the medical side of it. We've got a few things in residence at the minute. We've got a few goals that have come into us. A lot of them have come in with enteritis and botulisms, where they've just become weak through eating rubbish. We've got some hedgehogs with us at the minute. These are the last of our winter lot. So they all came in too small to survive the winter season, and they need to be about 600 grams to survive the season. So they'd have come in, the smallest one I think we got was about 91 grams in the middle of winter, so they just clearly wouldn't have survived. But we do have quite a few of them with us at the minute. So they're just getting up to size now so they can be released back into gardens where they belong. We do have indoor aviaries, so we have our pigeon aviaries, and our slightly smaller ones. So when they arrive, they're kept on an individual basis, so we can monitor them from any disease to make sure they're eating, make sure they're doing well, and then we get them into an aviary environment where they can learn to fly upwards, basically, build on that muscle tone before they go out. These are intensive care units, basically. These can cost, these ones, between £500 and £600 a unit, and the smaller ones between £300 and £400, so they're really expensive bits of kit, but they're just invaluable to our work. So we release them as and when they're good and ready, really. There's no particular sort of time scale, to be honest. Some of them do really well very quickly and become very independent very quickly. Some of them need a bit of extra help, so it just depends on the individual, really. But we just give them as much time as they need, which we think is important, not to give time scales, because some things just take time, so that's fine by us. We do have a special little chap in here. This is our first baby tawny owl of the year. We do get quite a few every year that have fallen out of the nest. The good thing about tawnies is generally when they're slightly older than this, they can physically get themselves back into their nest, they can climb, so they're really quite clever.
So how much does it cost to feed all the animals here?
Okay, so the food bill is astronomical every year. We do get a huge amount donated, which is fantastic as a charity. So a lot of people pop in with the odd tin of cat food and dog food. We get sacks of seed donated and all sorts. We do have to buy specific foods in, so it's like these little guys, we have to buy in frozen chicks and mice and bits and pieces, which isn't nice. So I'm not entirely sure of the cost because we just get it in. we let other people worry about the money. But it is an astronomical cost every year. But like I say, we are lucky enough to have amazing supporters that will support us all the way and bring in food when we're desperate, so we're really quite lucky.
So when you talk about animals being stressed, do you believe that working with animals helps relieve stress?
Relieve my stress. I love my job, and I'm incredibly lucky to do what I do. I've volunteered here when I was 12 and I've been here ever since. So I was bitten by the bug and that's it, it's not gone away. So it does relieve stress, but also I think for me there's an element of paying back what we have destroyed. A lot of the animals that come in are here for human cause. Pollution, lots of nests being cut out of trees and disturbed, cars. There's so many different things that we do to contribute towards them being here in the first place, that the wildlife hospitals like us are just trying our best to sort of work our way back and give back to what we've taken away, especially with hedgehogs. You know, the hedgehogs are in such a bad way at the minute, predominantly human cause. You know, habitat destruction, pesticides, roads, all sorts of things. They could be extinct by 2020 because we aren't doing enough to help.
So what do you think the future is?
Well, we've got a lot of changes happening at the minute. We've got lots of building work going on, new barns being built, and it's all about trying to make our site and us financially self-sufficient. We want to be able to, you know, raise enough money in our charity shops and things like that to make us self-sufficient. So any other money we get in is a bonus. So then we can update facilities and make it the best we can make it. That's our primary concern, is that the animals getting the very best they can get whilst they're with us. Always constantly updating, always, you know, trying to strive to do better. So the future's kind of bright at the minute. We're seeing a bit of we've got a 5 to 10 year plan ahead of us, and we're looking to move forward to increase our size, to take in more patients, to help more animals, and just become more well known generally, in order that we can pass on the message to others. You know, the educational side, side of it as well. You know, don't pick up baby bears, don't do this. It's all things like that. Just trying to make generally wildlife more in the public eye, if you like.
Okay, well thank you so much for showing us around. It's lovely.
No worries at all.
It's great to see all the good work you put in.
Fabulous, no problem at all.
Thank you.
Thank you, no worries.
So this is just one of thousands of animal hospitals in the UK that strive for volunteers and donations to survive. Let's hope there's a long future for Brentlodge and all the people that work here.